everyone, welcome back to Premier League Dad. How are we all doing? My name is Key. We are live for Newcastle United against West Ham. Huge game, this one. In the relegation battle, West Ham, do they need a win? Do they need a win? I don't know if a win is... it is essential. I guess it's essential, but they could draw here. They could draw and they could win on the final day against Leeds. That could, in theory, be enough, but they would be relying on results elsewhere with Spurs. I mean, they'd be relying on results elsewhere with Spurs anyway. They need to win both games, and even then Spurs need to drop points, right? But Spurs have got a couple of difficult games. Chelsea away is difficult, especially now in the context of Xabi Alonso coming in. New manager will probably be there, even though he only starts July the 1st. New manager will probably be there. He might have a chat to the players. He might be watching in the stands. Players will be wanting to impress in that context, and that therefore makes the Chelsea game away at Stamford Bridge for Spurs much harder now. So I think Spurs might drop points away at the Bridge. And Everton at home, I mean, Everton have just been dismantled by Sunderland. They'll want to finish the season strongly. That's not an easy game either. Everton away from home usually are a different prospect as well. So that's going to be a tough game. I can absolutely see Spurs maybe picking up even only 1 point out of those two. I don't think they will, but they might do. And that, therefore, makes a point here maybe not the end of the world for West Ham if they then go on and beat Leeds. Saying that, Leeds have just beat Brighton. Last minute, Dominic Calvert-Lewin winner. So you just can't predict the Premier League at the minute, can you? It's so difficult to predict. I think a lot of people would have thought that Leeds would get beat today, that maybe Everton would beat Sunderland. There's all these different things we just never can quite predict, and I'm sure tomorrow Burnley will throw us all. We're all going to wait for it. There's going to be some curveball tomorrow night, I'm sure. Burnley will surprise us all tomorrow. Maybe Arsenal will surprise us and play good football. What do we think? But something might happen. Who knows? But how are we all doing, everyone? Anyway, how are we all feeling about this one? Let me know in the chat. Get your predictions in. So far, 67% of you in the poll saying that West Ham are going to win this one. Red Rebellion, lovely to see you. Sarah, Everton getting their arse served. Yeah, not a great day for the Ev, is it? Shadow Ninja says the final European spot is looking quite nice, I can't lie. It's so tough to predict. Kieran Trippier's final game for Newcastle today. It looks like it might well be Anthony Gordon's final game at home as well. City of Northville, that's too bad. I really like Herzler. Think he'll become a very good manager. Yeah, I like him. I really like him. Stephen G says if Bournemouth win 2 games, Liverpool lose 2 games, Liverpool will be out the top 5. Yeah. Bournemouth only have to play Manchester City, don't they? Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. And we've got to play Brentford. So, yeah, I can see us picking up at least a point, I'll be honest, mate. LJ says, you know what, Moyes, get out. Wow, I told you that the Ev fans would turn. The Ev fans would turn, and I thought they would. And David Moyes about to leave. What are we saying, folks? Red Rebellion, we only have 1 match left at home to Brentford. Sarah, what are we up to? Stephen J, I think Liverpool will beat Brentford as Liverpool are at home. Of course they will. We'll beat Brentford. We'll turn up. It's Mo Salah's final game, I'm sure. CG says, Everton used to be a begrudgingly mutual respect, but hearing them lot chant about Heisler Hillsborough now, I just say fuck. I don't think Everton fans will have done that. I really don't think. I've got to say, I really don't think Everton fans will have done that. Again, I didn't hear anything, so I'm not going to call you a liar, mate. Maybe you've misheard things, I don't know, but I've never, ever heard Everton fans chanting stuff about that. They've usually been in real... I mean, listen, you're obviously going to get the odd divvy. The odd divvy, but I don't think any Everton home fan base would be chanting about that sort of stuff. Yeah, they've always been very good with Hillsborough and that sort of thing. I don't think Everton would chant that. But then again, there's always the odd divvy, mate. There's always the odd divvy, and you can never account for everyone. There's always knobheads for every fan base, including our own, right? Some would say I'm one of them. Bryce says, hello, missed your morning live. Watch your playback. Glad to see you loving Bruno tying the record. Red Rebellion, would not surprise me if Chelsea batter Spurs. Get the quiz ready. We'll have the quiz ready, of course we will. What's the folk on TikTok saying? What are we saying? TikTok crew. Right. But yeah, some surprising results. Everton getting battered today. Battered. By the way, I do want to say this. There's been some rather revealing Mo Salah quotes. Some very revealing Mo Salah quotes from last year. It's funny, isn't it, that he didn't have this issue with Arne Slot. It's very funny that he didn't have this issue with Arne Slot last season. Mo Salah said only last season, he doesn't have an ego. Like, he'll say, I made a mistake, now I'll try to sort it. It's happened many times, happened sometimes even during the game. He doesn't have an ego. If things are not working well, okay, I'll change it, and that's it. He's very good tactically. Salah says that Slot tells things to your face. He's been pleasantly surprised with the 46-year-old's authority. He likes confrontation, which is good. Somehow, it's good. Not always, but it is good. He laughs. He tells you things to your face straight away. I think it's very important for players to know what the manager wants. And he always explains it really well. His explanations are black and white. Take it or leave it. I like that. There you go. Mo Salah, that was. Mo Salah on the manager. The manager who now apparently has an ego. He's arrogant. All this sort of stuff that people are throwing at him. It doesn't seem to make any sense. It doesn't chime very well, does it, with what the players were saying not that long ago. Again, it seems an awful lot more like players are out of favour and they're having a whinge. David Key, why are you watching this game? I thought you was going to stop watching after United's second goal today, or have you learnt the rules? What do you mean, stop watching? I was never going to stop watching, mate. This is what we love. We love football. But yeah, United, what do you mean, learnt the rules? I don't think anybody thought that one wasn't a handball. I've had loads of United fans in the chat, and even comments afterwards saying, we got away with one there. That was a handball from Bruno. Of course it was. Of course it was. It was definitely a handball from Burmo. Not from Bruno. From Brian and Burmo, sorry. MUFC says it was definitely a handball. Nick says, where were you for the 3 p.m. kickoffs? I was watching them. But I wasn't streaming them. Liam says, Key, Chelsea know the assignment to do on Tuesday, and that is to beat and relegate Spurs. Will they do it, though? That's the question. Will they do it? Michael Dennis, are you slot out? No, mate, I'm not slot out. I am very much in support of the management, and good luck to him. Neil says, sounds like a crybaby that keeps on crying and can't quite let anything go. Exactly, you said it, mate. Sal says, out of all your big signings in the summer, who's been best for Liverpool, who's been the worst? Best as quite comfortably, I would say, has been Florian Wirtz, and the worst has probably been Frimpong, maybe. Yeah. In terms of actual time on the pitch, I would say Frimpong's been bad. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult, really, because a lot of the new signings have had injuries. They've been out all season. Ekitike's Achilles has blown up. Isak's knee blew up, and Leone got an ACL on his debut. And actually, do you know what? No, I'd say Kirkes, maybe. Kirkes and Wirtz have both been good signings. They've been okay. I like Kirkes. And Wirtz. LJ says, okay, so to everyone, I'm not completely Moisey out, but I'm not completely Moisey in. Mr. C, our defence is an absolute liability. That game was an absolute disgrace. Wasn't great, was it? Ultan Doherty says it was defo a handball, but the rule means it's a goal. Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think any of us really know what the rules are. Oh, is that Trippier's little girl? I think all the players are carrying their kids out, and she's heartbroken. She's heartbroken, that little girl, sobbing her heart out. Oh. Bryce says, sad to see Hanover throw away their chance at promotion the last few games, and Ajax threw points away for a chance at Europa. Mad end to the season in the Eredivisie, isn't it? PSV smashing 20 as well. Hoping Juve stay out of the Champions League, though. City of Northfield, Martinez was very good as well. He doesn't get the plaudits, but he's one of my faves. For the family, can I ask where the hate for Arsenal actually comes from? I mean, some fans are unbearable, but not all of them. It's the media fans. There is no hate for Arsenal, mate. Yeah. There is no hate for Arsenal. It's totally imagined. I have no hate for them at all. I just don't want them to win the league, and I think that's fair. I don't want them to win the league. I don't want them to win the Champions League. I don't want their style of play to be rewarded with success. Because it's, quite frankly, it's boring. And everybody says they're boring. It's not just me. Their own fans, their own legends say they're boring. They're all even saying that if they were to lose the final and lose the Premier League, if they were to throw it away, they'd want Arteta sacked, some of them. So we're talking fine margins here. As close as Arsenal are to a double, they are also as close to winning, rag all, and sacking their manager. Imagine if they draw against Burnley and then lose against PSG. They'll win nothing. Just those 2 games. 2 games is all it'll take, right? They'll draw to Burnley and lose to PSG. I'm not saying that will happen, but let's say that did. If that did, they're 2 games away. 2 games away from potentially all their fans wanting to sack their manager. This is a guy who they want also to be manager of the year. That's not hatred. They've scored 38% of their goals this season from set pieces. They broke the Premier League record for goals scored from corners. It's boring. That's why I don't want them to win the league. That's why I don't want them to win the Champions League. It doesn't mean I hate the club. It doesn't mean I hate the fans. It doesn't mean I hate the players. I actually think they've got some great players and the manager should do better with them. So there you go. That's all it is. I'll say that again when somebody asks me, but somebody invariably asks at least thrice a game. Jonesy, good to see you, mate. How's it going, lad? Lovely to see you as always, mate. It's a shame. It's a shame an Arsenal fan throws out those sorts of comments. City of Northville, I feel like VAR has become like a wild card in poker. Anyone could become blessed by it in a given week, so when it blesses you, you just be thankful and call it a day. Key, what do you make of these Ivan Toney rumours of meeting with Moyes at the Titanic? Hey, good luck to him. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad signing at all. I think they need someone like that, to be honest. Keith says, I've seen that Arsenal fan saying Arteta's better than Alex Ferguson. We know it's rage bait, but to see an old age pensioner say that needs to be studied. I've never seen, I don't know anyone who would say Arteta's better than Alex Ferguson. Jonesy, clueless and one of the worst people on this app. Fucking hell, Jonesy, you don't know me, lad. I'm a good fella. I'm all good. We're all sound. But again, if it helps you sleep better at night, to think of me as this bellend, absolutely, you do you, bro. It's all good. You do you. I hope you're feeling a little bit better about the situation. I'm really not a bad bloke. I just don't want you to win anything, mate. And that's all it is. It's nothing personal. I'm sure you're a lovely fella. Paul, England, what are we saying? Stephen G. Hi, Key. Hope you had a good weekend. Do you think Aston Villa win the Europa League? I do, yes. I absolutely do. Mr. C, you are a bitter cop-out though, lad. Hey, of course I am. Absolutely when it comes to the Ev. If West Ham win this, will you concede Spurs are probably gone? No. I still think Spurs stay up. But I really would like West Ham to get something here. Here's Newcastle coming forward. Edge of the box. Liam, afternoon, Key. Good to see you, mate. Fantastic result for you lads, wasn't it? Andy says, we're not always going to agree as football fans, but Key's a good lad. There's plenty will disagree with you on that. It's just interesting, isn't it? It's easy to say. It's easy to go, I don't agree with that person on these football opinions, so therefore, I'm gonna call him blind about all these different things. I'm gonna say he's this and that and the other. I'm gonna make out like he's a bad person because I don't agree with him. And it's the ultimate, I guess it just shows they've not really got the intelligence to actually argue the point they want to make. They're not very smart, these people. Anyone who resorts to ad hominems and personal attacks, you just gotta laugh. Because they can't argue from a place of intelligence. They can't argue. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll actually argue the point. I'll argue the point that's being made. No, instead what I'll do is I'll just have a pop at him. And you just laugh. You just gotta laugh. Mr. C, let's be honest with all West Ham fans right now. Daddy-O, did he compare it to winning the league faster than Fergie? So a bit tongue-in-cheek. The handball decision in the Forest and United game needs reviewing, says Keith. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Here's Jared Bowen. Over to Somerville. Adam, have we entered the era of young managers being given time and resources? I think all managers need it. All managers need patience. Cheers for that, Adam. I think all managers need it. You've got to give managers time. Ball over to the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka up against Lewis Hall. Excellent play. Go on, Wan-Bissaka. Good ball in. Lucky. Jordan, who's your favourite to become next Liverpool manager if Slot gets sacked? Mate, honestly, I'm not interested because I don't want him to go. And honestly, I don't want to even think about who the next manager would be. Because I don't think there is anyone really out there that would be a significant upgrade on him. So we'd just be talking about downgrades. There's nobody that I'm really that excited about. They've all got, you know, risk attached to him. So I'm not mega excited by anyone, really. Mewtwo, how's it going, mate? Newcastle edge of the box. Over to the right-hand side. Newcastle standing up. Oh, straight out on the far side. Allegri would be an upgrade. No, I disagree. And Kroot says Luis Enrique wouldn't exactly be a downgrade, would he? Luis Enrique is not a Liverpool manager. And nor is Allegri. They're not managers that we... Listen, do you know why? Do you know why they're not? Because if one thing we've learned from this whole Arne Slot experience, which, listen, I still like Arne Slot. You know, I think he's made mistakes, but I quite like him. But if there's one thing we've learned is that Liverpool need a charismatic manager who is uniquely theirs. Luis Enrique and Allegri would be neither. They're not the Liverpool profile of manager. If you're looking for a manager with charisma, someone who can handle the media well, there's a small number of them about, but some of them have been tainted. I'll be honest, honestly, I've said this before. If Ruben Amorim hadn't managed United, I think he'd be a prime example, a prime candidate for this job, and I wouldn't mind him if he hadn't managed United. Wouldn't touch Nagelsmann. Wouldn't touch Nagelsmann with a 12-foot pole, and the same reason I wouldn't have gone near Alonso either. Xabi Alonso is not a Liverpool manager, nor is Nagelsmann. What do you reckon on apparent talks with Iraola to Everton next season? Seems an odd choice, doesn't it, though? Bournemouth to Everton. Bournemouth on the cusp of Champions League football. He's got full control there. Seems an odd choice, that. I'm not quite sure that I would swap a Champions League chasing Bournemouth with an Everton side that have, at best, finished sort of upper bottom half of the Premier League and most recently been flirting with relegation over the last few years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd do that. Adam says, where does Iraola go? I honestly think Iraola's a prime candidate for a few different jobs. He might even... I don't know, he might wait it out. He might wait it out because the longer he's out of work, the better his brand... That's what happens with managers. That's what happens. They don't need to jump from one job to the next. Iraola leaves Bournemouth and he can go on holiday for a year. Because I guarantee, as soon as the next top job becomes available, he'll get it. He'll get it, and he can have his pick. He can wait. Because he knows, I mean, we all know, don't we? Managers are not long in football jobs. They're only in the job usually for 12 to 18 months if you're a Chelsea manager. It's very rare you get managers sticking around for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It's because Eddie Howe's just come up there. If Iraola wants the United job, he could go on holiday for 12 months. He'll probably get it. Carrick will be gone. He'll get it if he wanted the United job. He can have whatever job he wants. DZ, solid. I heard you the first 3 times you said that, mate. I heard you the first 3 times. It wasn't funny the first 3 times you said it. Neil says, how do you think Jose will do at Real Madrid? I like Jose. I like Jose a lot. Again, another manager who would have been great for Liverpool, but he's kind of tainted by other clubs now. He's been a United manager, a Chelsea manager. DZ solid, are you? Yeah, I am, mate, yes. Yeah, me and Slot are in a secret relationship together, yeah. Oh, cheers, Eugene, sorry. Apologies, I don't know why it's not moving. There you go. Now it's moving. Now it'll move. Should update now. Crazy to think Sunderland could genuinely get Europe next year. Could do. City of Northville agreed if they hadn't planned to give him the tools he needed, they had no business doing it. Yet they put out the media to blame Amarim for this and everyone eats it up. Lil Philly said, afternoon key, dropped into this game late, but looking forward to seeing what this game will bring to an already crazy weekend. Steve, if Slot leaves, then Gareth Southgate could get the Liverpool job. No, again, another one who'd never get it because he's been with England. He's not a Liverpool manager. This is the one thing, like, when you're looking for a Liverpool manager, it's so weird. They need to be someone that hasn't been kind of tainted by other clubs. That's the thing. It's actually more important than their style of play in many ways. Liverpool fans will accept a guy who says the right things. That person will get infinite patience, infinite amounts of patience, if he says the right things. That's why it's nonsense about, you know, his style, Slot's style of play, Slot's results. No, it's about how he is. It's because he doesn't hug the players and he doesn't fist bump the fans. That's all it is. Would you take Conte? No, for the same reason. And I like Conte. Again, I like him. Don't mind him as a manager. Again, he's been a Chelsea manager. He's been a Tottenham manager. Liverpool fans wouldn't accept him. Evening, Ashley. Klopp will end up back at Liverpool, guarantee it. I think he's done as a manager. He said it, he's finished. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Neil says it's impossible to find someone who's not been tainted. No, I mean, look, like Hoeneß, Sebastian Hoeneß is being heavily linked. He would fit in that sense. Hürzeler, I think Hürzeler would fit in that sense. Even Iraola would fit to some degree. I'm good, mate. Yes, how are you? Key, what would it take for Slot's position to become untenable for you? I think it would generally have to be the weighting of, like, if you was to look at our squad and genuinely say, we should be doing better. We really, really should be doing better. I don't look at our squad and think that now. I think a manager is only as good, to some degree, he's only as good as the players that he's got. Now, occasionally you'll see managers perform above what they have. What a run that is from Tonali. Oh, what a strike. It wasn't Tonali, it was Asula. Told you he was a good player. I got loads of stick last year for saying he was a talent. We watched him at the under-21 championships for Denmark and he was wicked. And I said there's a good player in there with this boy. He's all right. And I had Newcastle fans telling me, no, he's shite. Telling you there's a player in there. And I said the same with Tierno Barry. Oh, now that might have been a penalty. That might have been a penalty from Souček. Oh, lucky boy. Does it the hand. "19 losses all comp, same amount of league losses as Leeds and Sunderland is embarrassing." I know, but it's not really. I disagree. If you're counting losses, you're counting the wrong thing. Would you be asked if it was 19 losses, but we'd finished third? Which is entirely possible still, isn't it? If we'd have finished third this season, but we'd have had 19 losses, you wouldn't be asked. And third is still, honestly, not. It wouldn't have been that far away. Like, if we'd have beat United, which we should have done, fine margins. If we'd have beat United, we'd have gone third. That's how quick, that's how close it was. Red Rebellion, I am backing Slot. At least Salah will be gone and no bad influence behind the scenes next season. That's it. No, we need to get rid of the bad eggs. Get rid of the bad eggs. I am Crute says we wouldn't be third with 19 losses though. No, but that could have happened this season, couldn't it? We could have absolutely had 19, 20 losses and finished third. Absolutely we could. It's entirely plausible. Because we had 19 losses or whatever when we was just before we was playing United. By that point, we was basically there. And if we'd have beat United that day, which, let's be honest, we were very close to, got it back to 2-2, we were in the ascendancy. If we'd have beat United that day, then, you know, fine margins, like I said, we could have absolutely finished third. And no one would have been arsed then. No one would have been whinging. You'd have still said, yeah, it's not a great season, but third, can't really whinge. Because we're not as good as Arsenal or City. That should have been a Newcastle pen. Nah, I don't want to see pens given for that, but I think he's probably a lucky boy for what has been given this season. City of Northfield clubs that don't let coaches make transfer decisions. Should the league force directors to be available for media questions to prevent scapegoating? I'd love to see something like that. Yes. I'd love to see that. That's a fabulous shout. Yeah, we should see Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and the various other sporting directors at other clubs. They've got to take accountability for the players that they've brought in and what the strategy is. Archie Devon, thoughts on Mbermo's handball? Yeah, it should have been ruled out. Scouse chilling with Key, Sunday dinner and footy. What more do I want? Good lad, Scouse. Newcastle down the right-hand side. Chance, Voltamada, 1-0. Oh, West Ham. This is the danger. This is what we thought might happen. Newcastle start quickly. They've been all over West Ham in the first 15 minutes. It was just poor defending from West Ham. And Nuno Santo's head's dropped. He's dropped and he's giving it the old Pep Guardiola, just supping back on the bottle. It's danger time for West Ham now. They've got to come out. The first goal was always going to be big in this game. Newcastle 1, West Ham 0. Voltamada, great finish. Graham Rodgers, what makes you feel Slot will turn it around? I feel that Slot has credit in the bank from last season. He's certainly made mistakes, but he's a good manager. I believe he's a very good manager. He got the best out of a lot of players last year. I think this year he's been given a very, very bad hand. And he's played it okay. Not brilliant, but okay. He's made some mistakes, but okay. He's played okay. Kevin Flynn, would you take Glasner as manager? No. Nope. S-Chap's so shit. They're not happy. They're not happy. What is Solskjaer doing? It's poor from West Ham there. They could have given a penalty away just a few minutes ago. Oh, now they're in again up the other end. It's going to go behind for the West Ham corner, I think. Is it? No, throw in. FH, nothing's been okay this season. I think it's easy to catastrophise, isn't it? It's easy. And Liverpool fans, we love doing that. We absolutely love catastrophising. Twitchy bum now for West Ham. JB1, do you think Slaughter's got us fit enough this season? Well, there's no evidence to suggest he's not. I don't think there's any evidence to say that we're unfit. What evidence have you got to suggest that we're unfit? I think if there was any compelling evidence for that, then maybe. I think it's things like, it's the optics of things. It's like the players are away at the moment in Monaco, aren't they? Some of the players have gone away in Monaco. for like a midweek break. And people have said, well, you know, we've been garbage, we've just lost, we should be in, get them training, all this sort of stuff. It looks bad when you're losing games of football if the players are going away on holiday. It's always going to look bad. But that was happening last season. That was one of the things that he brought in. He's very big on like relaxation, recuperation, trying to get the players as fresh as possible. And a big part of getting players as fresh as possible is one, training with intensity, but two, like rest. And you know, they're very, very big on that. He had a great record at Feyenoord at keeping players fit and fresh. This season, it's maybe not worked as well, but I don't think that's necessarily down to training schedule. It's as much probably down to just a little bit of bad luck, really. We've had player injuries, like really bad ones, haven't we? FH, we get outrun in almost every game. I know, but that's common when you've got more of the ball. That's really common. When you've got more of the ball, usually, whatever game you look at, if Newcastle have had most of the ball in this game, chances are they've been outrun. Chances are. There you go. Possession, Newcastle 58%, West Ham 42%. I'd be astonished if West Ham haven't done more running than Newcastle this game. Let's see. Let's put it to the test. As a general rule, that is how it is. If the team's got more possession, they will run less than the team without. Newcastle 2! It's Asula! And West Ham are really in trouble now. Oh, 2-0 after 19 minutes. My goodness me. 2-0. It's a great finish from Asula. And terrible from Mavropanos. And a game that West Ham really needed to win 20 minutes in. It's now really, really looking dark for West Ham. Some of the Hammers are going to start panicking. They're now at the point of needing Spurs to lose both games. Wow. Benno says, I noticed the fitness was an issue when we played PSG at Anfield last season. We looked dead after 90 minutes. I mean, again, yeah, like I think we've had a very small squad, I'll say that. I think we're always going to get tired and leggy with the size of the squad that we have. We don't have the options that Arsenal and City and others have got. We've just not got that size of squad. Asula with a great finish there. That was a fabulous finish. Julia says, we're getting relegated. What was that? Even the Spurs fans are coming in giving it big now. Johnny says, football's so weird. Mavropanos was good against Arsenal and here against Newcastle. That's grim. Here's Bowen into the area. West Ham haven't given this up just yet. They've got a corner. Those West Ham fans have travelled a long way up to the northeast. They're biting their nails. There's some who are already leaving. Look at that. Look at that. There's some who've already got the coats and they're on the way out. They're leaving. Don't like to see that. I know it's a long way to go. You've travelled a long, long way and you can leave when you want. It's your call, but team needs you. 20 minutes in, two goals down. If West Ham turn this around, and the only way they are going to turn this around, by the way, is if their fans make some noise and show their support for them. Kieran says, not relegated yet. If Spurs lose on Tuesday, it'll be final day relegation battle we all love to see. I know, but even if Spurs then lose on Tuesday night, a draw isn't enough. Like, Spurs would need to lose against Everton at home, and West Ham would need to win. That would be the only way. Because West Ham have got such a bad goal difference. The only way that West Ham are staying up is on points, which means they would need Spurs to lose both games. If they lose here, they need Spurs to lose both, and that's a real problem. Adam says, team talk was keep it tight, 20 minutes, get that crowd quiet, and that's gone out the window. Finished, innit? Ryan says, is it crazy to say there's hints of Mbappe movements in Asula? He runs a bit like him. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as Mbappe just yet. with a Sula. Talented player though. D says, what's the goal difference? The goal difference, I believe. Let me check it for you. Go on, I'll check it. The goal difference is Spurs are minus 14. West Ham are minus 22. So, yeah. Yeah. They can't stay up on goal difference. Goal difference is done. Johnny, to be fair to the West Ham fans, they've been there for their team. Their players haven't shown up. Yeah, fair enough. Jellyfish, it's looking grim. West Ham need a miracle now. Getting goals now will be hard, especially 3 to win. Yeah, Shane Shanks, you play West Ham, don't you? Leeds after beating Brighton earlier today. Honestly, I think this, if this West Ham turns up against Leeds at the London Stadium, oh, they're in again, Newcastle. Oh, nearly 3. If this West Ham turns up against Leeds, Leeds will hand their arse to him. Leeds will batter him. If Spurs draw, West Ham's down. And Sis says, when they go down, give me Bowen. I think, listen, there'll be quite a few raiding West Ham when they go down. I think it's not just Bowen. It's Bowen, it's Matheus Fernandes, I think Diouf, I think Somerville. I think there's a lot of players in that Wan-Bissaka. There's a lot of players in that West Ham squad who'll all get targeted. Wan-Bissaka is a Premier League right back. There's no doubt about that. Team of the year last year. Fabulous player, Wan-Bissaka. 50 million quid of player, according to Manchester United not that long ago. And I still think he's a very talented player. There you go. West Ham are making a change. 25 minutes in, Tati Castellanos is coming on. And I hope he's not coming on for Callum Wilson. Joe says, you can say you told everyone Everton is not getting Europe and Tottenham are staying up. Listen, I'm not that guy, mate. I'm not that guy to say I told you so. Because I've got some stuff wrong. But I have got some stuff right. And everyone was saying Spurs are going down. Key, you're the only one who's not saying Spurs are going down. I always thought they were staying up. Same with Everton. Key, they're only a point behind you. Everton might get Champions League. No, they're not. They're not going to get Champions League. Never get in Europe. Johnny says back at Palace potentially. Who's their right back? Munoz. Munoz, who's maybe the second best right back in the league, I would argue. Munoz is incredible. Maybe you do know ball after all, Key. Maybe. It's very much alleged. They was talking about Bowen going to Liverpool. I wonder, do we think Bowen to Liverpool? Todibo's coming off. They've sacrificed a centre-back earlier. Centre-back off. Centre-forward on. Oh, hey, and he's not even shaking the manager's hand. He's not happy at all, Todibo. Liam says, you said all season Leeds don't score enough and are going down. Oh, there you go. There's one that I got wrong then. There you go. I got that one wrong. Daddy-O, you also thought Forest and Leeds were going down and Salah wouldn't leave this summer, and that's just stuff we spoke about. Hang on a minute, though. Let me qualify the Salah won't leave this summer thing, right? I did say at the time, I said I don't think Salah will leave this summer, and the reason I said that is because he's on 400 grand a week and there's nobody that will take him. I said the only way that I can see that happening is if he buys himself out of his contract. That is the one, and people said I was mad. And it's kind of what's happened to some degree. Liverpool have basically waived the final year, and he's probably waived all rights and bonuses and whatever to that. He's waived his 1 year contract, and Liverpool have gone, well, yeah, we're fine with that. We don't want to pay you another 400 grand a week for another year. So we'll just shake hands and part ways. So, yeah, something unusual happened with Salah. I didn't think he would stay and keep playing. I've always maintained he was finished in November, basically. Robertinho, could this get embarrassing for the Hammers, Key? I mean, it's already pretty embarrassing. 20 minutes in, 2-0 down. They've had to make an early change. Gareth, I thought Salah's statement was uncalled for. It was mega unprofessional from Mo Salah. Mega unprofessional. For the second time this season, really unprofessional. 3-star says, is that the same Key who said Forest will get relegated? Listen, hang on. At no point did I say Forest will go down. I said it was between Forest and Leeds. And I kept changing my mind because I didn't think it would be Wolves. So Wolves threw me a curveball. My prediction at the start of the season was Burnley, Leeds and West Ham. I've got 2 out of 3 right. Based on this, I got 2 out of 3 right. I got Burnley, Leeds and West Ham. And I've got Burnley and West Ham. I didn't predict Wolves at all. None of us did. Or at least not as far as I can remember anyway. And then as the season went on, Leeds played much better, and then they were down there again, and then Forest were down there, and... But I did say, I think Everton, I said Everton won't be long for David Moyes. Everyone was saying, what's the surprise sacking? What's the first sacking next season? David Moyes. Called it. I did call it at the start of the season. I thought he'd be gone by Christmas this year. You can just see it. You can always see the direction of travel with Everton. They got a shiny new stadium, shiny new owners. They wanted a shiny new manager. Chance! Oh, should have been 2-1. West Ham. They're still in with a chance. Juve. Must be. Oh, Bowen. Oh, nearly 2-1. The game's not over. 29 minutes in. Newcastle defending like beavers. Fighting like beavers. Joe, who did you say would win the league? City at the start of the season. At the start of the season, it was City. And then, yeah, kind of accepted Arsenal from about, I think about January onwards. December onwards, maybe. D says, where is Mo Salah going? Inter, Bayern, maybe Real Madrid. One of them 3. Welshwing, where's all them West Ham fans running their miles last week? No, we didn't send you down. Even if you got that point, you're awful. And truth over lies, has Moyes gone already? I'm not sure he's gone already. But I think we're getting there. We're approaching that. Everton fans starting to voice their discontent a little bit. Daddy-o, it's okay. I'll only rub it in if Salah goes Saudi, even though I now think Turkey in 1 year. He doesn't leave Arsenal by transfer. They were my main hills to die on. My hills, I will say this, and I'll do a short about it, whatever, right? To confirm it so you can look back on it. I absolutely will die on this hill. Salah will not be in the MLS and he will not be in Saudi next year. He'll be playing for a big European club. Whoever that is, I don't know. Could be Inter, could be PSG, could be Real, could be Barca, could be Bayern. Could be anyone who's got a chance of winning a league and winning a Champions League. That's who he'll play for. Someone. He might even play for someone in the Prem. Maybe it'll be Arsenal. Maybe it'll be City. Maybe it'll be back to Chelsea. I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past him. He'll go somewhere. Souček. In the box. Oh, little claim for a penalty. Only a half-hearted one. It's gone out for a throw-in, and it is a West Ham throw. D says, what happens if no club can afford him? He's free. Chance. Oh, and again, how's he missed it? Callum Wilson. Oh, big moment in the game. Really, really should have been that. Oh, what a ball from Somerville. And Callum Wilson, you've got to score it. Oh, it's a terrible finish. West Ham are getting some chances there. Wow. Red Rebellion says, Bayern taking Salah to replace Elise. You having a laugh, Key? It's a very Bayern thing to do, mate. A very Bayern thing to do. Hey, and listen, Salah, Kane, Diaz is still a very, very tidy front three, by the way. It's a very good front three. That's a very Bayern thing to do, I'm telling you. Would you take Somerville to replace Gakpo? Yes. No, I wouldn't. Somerville's good, but he's not that good. 3-star says, I've just found a way to stop Key's Premier League dad fame and dodgy predictions. I forgot to charge up my MacBook battery and the stream went down. Darren says Salah ain't getting ahead of Elise now. He doesn't have to. Here's Wilson. Somerville. West Ham now starting to get back into the game. They've just got back into it too late, haven't they? 32 minutes in. 2-0 down already. Something's happened. Just having that extra body, that extra player at the top end has caused Newcastle to drop a little bit deeper. But a 2-goal cushion away at St James is a big ask. It's a very... Do you know what? I tell you what. There's one of two things going to happen here. Prepare yourself for this. Here's a prediction for you. Everyone's like, oh my God, not again, Key. Here's a prediction. This game will either relegate West Ham or it'll cost Eddie Howe his job. I'm telling you this. If West Ham come back from behind here and get even a draw, Eddie Howe will be minced by these Newcastle fans. 2-0 up against West Ham and they throw it away. Yes, absolutely. There's already Newcastle fans turning a little bit. Educated Dex, have you ever been to Anfield? Oh, many times. Many times. Joey says, looks like Slot is staying then. All hopes for next season binned off. Grow up. Grow up, young man. What a pass. Bowen, got to give it to him. What was that, Somerville? Oh, he was in there, Bowen. Huge chance. Welshwing says there's talks Arsenal want Elise to replace Trossard, Key. Wherever you've seen that, I would stop reading. D says, why would Salah take a pay cut? Because he has to. Because he doesn't have 400 grand a week anymore, mate. The contract's been kind of null and void. He hasn't got it anymore. So it's not about taking a pay cut. He hasn't got that to start with. It's not a cut. He hasn't got it. So whatever he gets is better than zero. He has to take the best deal that's on the table. And if the best deal that's on the table is 150 grand a week at Real Madrid, he'll take it. Educated Dex. Personally, I think if West Ham lose today, the Prem should give a 10-point deduction to Everton. I couldn't agree more. Who can afford him? Every top team in Europe would take Mo Salah. Every single one. Neil, what's the earliest possible time you'd say Slot out? Middle of next season. I think if it's really, really bad by that point, yeah, then you know, fine. I'd start to think fair enough. Middle of next, get him gone now. No, he's staying, mate. We're just about to appoint the Feyenoord assistant manager, so he's going nowhere. Liverpool fans need to start waking up and getting behind the manager. I think that might help. Stop whinging, get behind the manager. Or the coach, rather. Remember that he doesn't have any say in transfers. The coach. The dad says October, November for me, but defo think he turns it round in the summer if we get it right. Couldn't agree more, mate. Yes. It's infuriating seeing that fella we was talking to this morning. And I'm sure he's a lovely fella, but my goodness me. So infuriating to see those sort of views persist. When you can see the quotes from Mo Salah last season, the quotes from Curtis Jones last season about Arne Slot, they were falling over themselves to give him praise. And now it's the same sort of people who are whinging. Why? Because they're out the side and they're probably going in the summer. And thank God. Get the bad eggs out the dressing room. I think it'll be a whole lot better. Joe says, what are the chances Liverpool don't get Champions League? 0%. Ball down the left-hand side. Newcastle probing now. West Ham maybe need a goal before half-time here, you know. Juve keeps it in. No. CG says, that's the nicest thing you've said about Mo for a bit. What did I say? What did I say about him? Joey says, realistically, what do you think Slot's comments about the summer mean? Finally getting Gravenberch help. I think we 7 or 8 went last year. 7 or 8 will go this year. I'm sounding like a broken record with it. But 7 or 8 went last year. 7 or 8 go again this year. It's transitional. It's never going to be painless when you're changing a third of the squad. So expect a difficult year again. Corner Newcastle. Bruno Guimaraes over to take it. Far post. Oh, it's going to be another corner far side. Would you have taken Alonso if Chelsea didn't? No. Nope. 3 stars says Vitor looking like he's getting a contract extension at Forest. Honestly, I thought Forest were really unlucky today. It was a good performance in the end. Legend FK's Bruno Fernandes staying. If he does, United could challenge. Well, all the United fans wanted him gone last year, didn't they? D says, why would he leave at 400k to 150? I don't get that. Because he wants to play football, mate, and he isn't going to play at Liverpool. Sis says, thoughts on the handball? It was a handball. Newcastle corner. Headed away by West Ham. Tonali back out to the corner taker. No, West Ham are heading it away. Ooh, unlucky. Do you think Castellanos is maybe West Ham's best chance of a goal here, you know? Ooh, Jacques, you angry little soldier. Just the old TikTok trolls again. Very angry. Harvey Barnes. Do we think Harvey Barnes could go to the World Cup? Legend FK, Hearts yesterday, gutted for them. All that season, long effort undone. Same old story for Hearts. It's a shame. Real shame. And I think they were hard done by. I think that was definitely a penalty. Sorry, it wasn't a penalty, the one that got given in the first half. It was never a pen. D says he's a top player. Why won't Slot play him? This is a big mistake. No, he's not a top player, mate. If you've watched Liverpool this season, Mo Salah's not that player anymore. Connor says, watch Spurs beat Chelsea now. And Locke says, which West Ham players do you expect to see next year if West Ham go down? We did it earlier, yeah. Wan-Bissaka, Mateus Fernandes, Jared Bowen. Diouf, I think, would be another one. Malik Diouf. Honestly, I think Souček. Souček's a very tidy player for a Premier League side. I think, David Moyes would sign Souček. That's a sort of signing David Moyes would love. Right, corner. No, sorry, free kick to West Ham it is, isn't it? Free kick to West Ham. Lucky. Sarah says, so why would a top club go for Salah? Because I think there's the temptation that if you can pay Salah, let's say he makes a concession on that £400,000 a week that he's on. Let's say he says, do you know what? I want to play for a top club. And if he demands 400 grand a week, he's not going to get that from a top club. But there's if he lowers it down, if he says I'll do it for 250 grand a week. If you get Mo Salah to something approaching last season's Mo Salah for 250 grand a week on a free transfer, that's a bargain. That is an absolute bargain. It's a game changer, and every single club in Europe would take it if you can get him back to that level. If you can't get him back to that level, then, he's a bit of a hindrance. But on a 1-year deal, maybe with an option to make it another beyond that. I think that's what's going on right now. That's why Salah put the statement out yesterday. He's trying to get the narrative changed. He's trying to frame the narrative as, Salah didn't have a fall off. No, Salah's not lost his legs. It's Arne Slot. He's an absolute disaster. It's all the manager, really. That's the reason Salah's form's been poor. It's the manager. He wants that to be the dominant narrative, because if it is, Then when he's in conversations with Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and PSG, he can say, oh, no, listen, I get why you have concerns because his numbers aren't great this year, but his numbers aren't great because of Arne Slot. He's an absolute nightmare, that bloke, and Liverpool are going to sack him. And if Liverpool do sack him, then that helps Salah again. Clips Market, the manager's made him lose his first touch and fall over. Yeah, the manager's made him play like he's got 2 right feet and he can't finish his dinner. Unlucky West Ham. Johnny says Salah's fit, good injury record, still a threat from the right, makes sense for anyone. It is, yeah. Honestly, I don't think there's a team in Europe that says no. There's not a team in Europe that says no to Salah on a free transfer for decent money. And I think that's the only problem, really, is as soon as you put Mo Salah on the market, everyone's interested. On a free, everyone's interested. The only question then becomes how much in terms of wages. And Salah will probably be demanding at least 2 years. He won't want to, because I think that says a lot, doesn't it? If a club only signs him for 1, it's a little bit like, ooh, we're not quite sure on you. He'll want a club to give him 2 years and very decent money. Very, very decent money. And he'll get it. He'll get it from someone. Bayern, PSG, Real, Barca. Someone will pay him that money. Because he sells plenty of shirts as well. Andy says Salah to Everton. Here we go. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see. But I there's a lot of people who say he's going to end up in Saudi. He's going to end up in the MLS. Let me tell you, Mo Salah doesn't care about money anywhere near as much as he does about how he's viewed, his legacy and winning trophies. Money is secondary to all that. He wants to be seen as the best. Clips Market says, can't believe Slot is actually going after just winning the title last season. He's not going, mate. He's not going. AFC Iron, why would Barca get him? They have Yamal. Well, Yamal's injury issues have sort of reared their head a little bit. And, you know, there's talk about Rafinha going, Rashford maybe not being a great fit. You know, there's certainly reasons. There's definitely cause there. Mo Salah can play centrally. You could put him off the right. Lamine Yamal could maybe go off the left. There's all sorts of ways they could fit him in. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying that Barcelona will be the one to sign him. What I'm saying is if Mo Salah's available, Barca will be at the table. Barca will be at that conversation. Tom, what do you think on Salah's post? Do you agree with it, Key? No, I think he's an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Mr. Poultice, big ups, Key. This West Ham team is shocking, faced with relegation and Burnley showing up. I mean, they started really slowly. They definitely had some chances, though. Callum Wilson and Jarrod Bowen a couple of minutes ago. I think it was Matías Fernandes was another one. They've definitely still got a chance. But they really, really do. There's a claim for the handball here. Not getting it. Clips Market, a lot of Liverpool fans have actually backed Salah over the manager. Yeah, again, there's a lot of Liverpool fans who'll leave when Salah leaves as well, I promise you. I know the type of fans. Mo Salah will leave Liverpool and they won't be fans of Liverpool anymore. He'll go back to supporting, I don't know, PSG or someone. Paul says, problem with Salah is he fitted the style of Liverpool. Does Barca really want to sign a diva while we're watching Real implode? from exactly that. Well, maybe not, yeah. Mr. Poultus, he's going to Saudi. Listen, listen, come back. Come back at the end of the year. Come back after the World Cup. I guarantee you Salah's signed for someone in Europe. Absolutely guarantee you. Well, Tati Castellanos has done his best since he's come on, but it's not been enough for West Ham, who are half-time now, 2-0. 2-0. CGLFC, just admit it and be humble. We all have players we love, hate, and have an agenda against. Why? Who's got an agenda? Super Venki, I know I brought this up yesterday, but do you really think Salah can still be relevant enough given the competition and talent available? Something tells me he will go to Saudi, mate. No, again, it's not what I think. You're asking what I think doesn't matter. What you think doesn't matter, or at least not in this conversation. I mean, what you're really talking about there is, do clubs still think Salah can be relevant enough given the competition and talent available? And my answer to that question is yes. Yeah, absolutely they can. Stacey, how's it going? You've got a half marathon. Fantastic news. Welshwing, half-time quiz. Since it's Trippier's last game, top 20 players. Eh? Again, quiz. The quiz title I need to know a little bit better, mate. The top 20 players who have played in the right-back position. That's not a quiz. That sounds opinion-led. Stoppage time equaliser written all over this game. Jellyfish Key, stop it. Stop what? Yo, Egbert, how's it going? Rob, good to see you. Andy, what's the quiz? We're waiting on Welsh to confirm it, because he said the top 20 right-backs, but I mean, that's subjective, right? Most appearances at right-back. In the Premier League, we're talking about. Right, okay. Most appearances at right-back. Top 20 Premier League right-backs. Top 20 right-backs with the most Premier League appearances. There you go. Given that we're talking about Kieran Trippier, yeah, that seems appropriate. Love that. That's the half-time quiz. Top 20 right-backs with the most Premier League appearances. Kieran Trippier might well be there. Kyle Walker. Evra was a left-back, so it's not going to be him. Trent is 15th. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and Trent is there. Neville is second. Gary Neville is second. Okay, who else have we got? Walker. Kyle Walker is first. Okay, keep them coming, folks. Keep the guesses coming in. Trent, 15th. Who else have we got? Kyle Walker, Cash. Matty Cash is fourth. Azpilicueta, Ivanovic, Aspi, Ivanovic, Lauren, Finnan, Johnson, Glenn Johnson, Raphael. I'm just thinking of top players who were around for a long, long time at Premier League level. Porro is 16th. Trippier is 6th. Hang on a minute. Coleman is... You've already said Matty Cash is 4th. You can't say Coleman's 4th. Come on, Welsh. Egbert. Oh, that was Egbert. Sorry. Right. Okay. So Coleman's 4th. Right. Coleman's 4th. Finnan is 18th. Glenn Johnson, maybe. Yeah, Zabaleta. Zabaleta's got to be in there. Could be Zabaleta, maybe. Sanya. Bakary Sanya. Sakary Banya. Could be him. Valencia. Yeah, Antonio Valencia could be a good shout. Sanya is 14th. Sanya's got more Premier League appearances than Trent. Not surprising. Nathaniel Klein. Yeah, Valencia could be in there. Dennis Irwin was a left back. Wan-Bissaka. Again, he's been around for a while. Could be Wan-Bissaka. He might be in the top 20. Zabaleta is 12th. Well, no, I can't see that then. Can't see Wan-Bissaka having made more Prem appearances than Steve Finnan. Valencia is 9th. Top 20 Premier League right backs with the most Premier League appearances. We have, so far, we've got Kyle Walker's 1st, Gary Neville 2nd, Seamus Coleman is 4th, Antonio Valencia's 9th, Zabaleta 12th, Bakary Sanya 14th, Trent Alexander-Arnold 15th, Pedro Porro 16th, Steve Finnan 18th. Ward. Stephen Ward are we on about here? Stephen Ward's 11th. Phil Neville, Nunes at Man City. Both good shouts. Timber, no, can't be Timber. Diogo Dalot, possibly. Nicholas Bentner. Glenn Johnson, there you go. Glenn Johnson is 6th. Has anyone said Ivanovic? I can't say. Azpilicueta and Ivanovic have got to be in there. Micah burst onto the scene, Richards. Ashley Cole's a left back. Sean Wright-Phillips is a right winger. Ait Nouri is a left back. Zabaleta we've got. Johnson we've got. Finnan we've got. Ivanovic and Azpilicueta. Come on, give me them two. Them two have got to be in there. Ricardo Pereira for a short while. Tony Hibbert will be. Tony Hibbert, definitely. I love that shout. Paulo Ferreira. Dixon. Yeah, Lee Dixon could be. Matt Lowton. Timothy Castagna at Fulham. Could be. Dan Pet Rescue. Could be Dan Pet Rescue, yes. Steve Finnan we've already got. Aspi is 7th. What about Ivanovic? Dixon is 3rd. Lee Dixon is 3rd. Ivanovic, Young, Lauren. Has anyone said the low? Hibbert is 10th. Tony Hibbert is 10th. So we're missing 20th, 19th, 17th, 13th, 8th and 5th. Julian Dix, Jason Dodd. What's the question, Dyer? The question is the top 20 right backs with the most Premier League appearances. And so far we've got Steve Finnan at 18th. Ivanovic is 13th. Steve Finnan at 18th. Pedro Porro is 16th. Trent Alexander-Arnold 15th. Sanya 14th. Ivanovic 13th. Zabaleta 12th. Ward at 11th. Hibbert is 10th. Valencia 9th. Azpilicueta 7th. Glenn Johnson 6th. 4th is Seamus Coleman. 3rd is Lee Dixon. 2nd is Gary Neville. 1st is Kyle Walker. Yeah, we've got to say that. Lauren is 7th. What about Wes Brown? Wes Brown's got to be in there. He's 20th. Wes Brown 20th. Spent a lot of his career at centre-back as well, didn't he, Wes Brown? Gary Kelly is a great shout. Like that, Andy and Ian. Stephen Carr. Again, not a terrible shout. I like both of those. Yeah, could be both of those. We've got 3 players left to get. 5th, 8th and 19th. Porro's not on the list. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Porro's not 16th. We've got 4 left to get. Alan Hutton, Matty Cash. Gary Kelly's got to be there. Liam says, Key, who's the right back who played for Wolves, who now plays for Fenerbahce? Forgot his name. Again, couldn't tell you. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Maybe not Ricardo Pereira. Semedo. Nelson Semedo, maybe. Gary Kelly is 8th. Carr is 5th. There you go, Stephen Carr. So now we're waiting on 16th and 19th. Doherty. What about Doherty? Alan Hutton. Lucas Neal. Yeah, Lucas Neal. John O'Shea. Both decent shouts. Phil Bardsley. Phil Bardsley had a long Premier League career with Sunderland, Burnley. But yeah, John O'Shea's not a bad shout. Danny Simpson. Again, he drifted in and out of the Premier League, didn't he? Obviously won the league with Leicester. Reece James won't be there. Ben White, no. Simpson's 19th. Danny Simpson. He was around for a while. Okay. So we're just waiting on 16th now. James Justin. We've already got Lauren. Lauren is 17th. Warren Barton. Warren Barton. Yes, again, was around for a long while. Could be Warren Barton. Kyle Walker-Peters, says Darren Beckley. Like it. Raphael at United played a bit, didn't he? He did, yeah. Raphael, maybe. Could sneak in there, I would guess, maybe, possibly. Possibly. Lee Dixon, we've already got Peter. Yeah, Lee Dixon we got is 3rd. The top 20 right-backs with the most appearances in the Premier League. We've got Wes Brown, Danny Simpson, Steve Finn. We're only waiting on number 16. 16th we need. Wes Brown, 20th. There you go. Welsh has just confirmed. No one's got it yet. Kenny Cunningham, maybe. Warren Barton, Raphael, James Justin, Reece James, Lucas Neal, Matt Doherty, Alan Hutton, Matty Cash, Julian Dix, Tetty. There's all these. So, yeah, Wes Brown, Danny Simpson, Steve Finnan, Lauren, Trent, Sanya, Ivanovic, Zabaleta, Ward, Hibbert, Valencia, Kelly, Azpilicueta, Glenn Johnson. And then the top 5 is Stephen Carr, Seamus Coleman, Lee Dixon, Gary Neville and Kyle Walker. We're waiting on number 16. Nathaniel Klein for Palace. We said that one earlier, yeah. Rob Jones, Wan-Bissaka, Reese. No, it's just right backs, Dyer, yeah. Just right backs. It's in honour of Kieran Trippier. Serge Aurier. He was only in there a while, wasn't he? He was only a short while, Serge Aurier. He was only at Spurs for a short while. Can't see it being him. Could be wrong. It has happened before. Abue. Oh, it might be. It might be Abue. What about Abue or Bellerin? Abue is a fantastic shout. I like both of those. Bellerin and Abue. No Pamero, Bossingwa, Richie Delat, Ferreira for Chelsea. Still waiting on these on the final answer, and we're all in suspense of what number 16 might well be. No Pamero's a real rogue shout there, Ian. Pamero was there he was at Spurs, then he was at Portsmouth, wasn't he? Pedro Porro. It's not Abue, and it's not Bellerin. It's not Porro. Club. Give us a club. Give us a clue. Give us a clue. Give us the club. Give us something. We're close to the second half kicking off. Welsh, we need something. Give us a clue. Anything. Connor Bradley. Be John Flanagan at this point. I'm trying to think of other Liverpool right backs. Rob Jones, Vegard Hegem, Glenn Johnson, Arbeloa. Who did he play for? Adam Smith at Bournemouth. Do you know what? It probably will be someone like that. Played for Chelsea, Birmingham, then finished his career. It's Melchiot! It's Mario Melchiot! Played for Chelsea and then Birmingham, then finished his career at Wigan. Yeah, it's Mario Melchiot. Oh, of course it is. I like that. Mario Melchiot. What a player he was. Absolute captain. Manager's dream, Mario Melchiot. There you go. Love that. Fantastic quiz, Welshwing, as always. Mario Melchiot. Excellent. Love that, everyone. Well done. Great work, people. Melchiot, of course. How did I forget him? I know, Andy, you're a Chelsea fan. You should know this. Fair play. Good quiz, Welsh, as always. Yeah, fantastic work, Welsh. Really appreciate that. Spurs fans are going to pitch invade on the last day. I can see it. And Ian's forever linked with Liverpool, Melchiot. He was, yeah. Yeah. How many of these West Ham players are you taking then? Ian, as a Liverpool fan. In fact, let's do you know what? Here, let's do that, right? Right, there you go. Which players from relegated clubs get moves back to the Prem? Not just West Ham, let's talk everyone. Which players from relegated clubs will get moves back? Stacey, hi Key. Yeah, got my 9th medal today and got a half marathon this year too. That's amazing. Well done. I made up for you, especially obviously you had the disappointment with not being able to make the one a few weeks back, wasn't it? A few weeks, few months. But yeah, made up with that. Well done. Fantastic work. Good stuff. Bowen will move. I think Bowen, yeah, Bowen's a certainty. And we've kicked off for the second half, by the way, 46 minutes in. Kyle Walker, maybe. Do you think Kyle Walker from Burnley? Yeah. Could do. Again, I wonder whether maybe another promoted club might take a chance on Kyle Walker. Because I think isn't he a free agent this summer? I think his contract with Burnley's up, so I imagine maybe Kyle Walker... Could Kyle Walker go... He might well do, you know. Maybe Kyle Walker goes back to the Prem. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Here's Voltamada. Good passing and good, well played that way by West Ham. Yeah, could be Coventry. No. They've got Van Uwijk. He's a really top right back. If they're gonna, he's the only one I look at honestly with Coventry and think he's a Prem player. So maybe Van Uwijk sticks around. I think Kyle Walker, if he's gonna go anyone, maybe Hull. Maybe Hull. We know he's a Yorkshire boy anyway. He might go to Hull. Rob says Walker should retire, he's finished. West Ham in the area, claim for a penalty. Ooh, hey, saying a goal kick, but there might be a check. I think Juif's gone down, he's claiming a penalty on it. Is it Juif? Yeah, it is Juif. He gets wrong side. Ooh, I don't know. I think he might have had his hand stamped on here by mistake. I think that's what he's complaining about. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Kieran Trippier stepped on his hand. That's not good. Ian, I'd take Fernandes, Juif. Would have took Kilman before this season. Certainly Fernandes. Juif, I think, would be a very smart buy if we're looking for someone similar to Kirkes, I guess. Someone who can get up and down the left side. But I think there'd be a lot of teams in for Juif. So he might be an expensive one. I think we could probably get Fernandes in. He wouldn't be a bad signing. He would remind me a lot of like when we got Gini Wijnaldum in from Newcastle. Yeah, Mateus Fernandes makes sense. Jared Bowen I'd love. I'd absolutely love us to go and get Jared Bowen. Here's Somerville. Again, Somerville wouldn't be a terrible shout. Julius says 3-star. Hopefully we sweep Mane for Gibbs White revenge. Yeah, do you know what? Matthias Mane is not a bad shout. Gomez at Wolves. Good shout, Kevin. Yeah. Mane, Gomez. I wonder who else might go from Wolves other than Mane and Gomez. Anthony Gordon to Bayern Munich. I'd take Bowen, but only cut price due to his age. How old is Bowen now? Is he 30? Is he 30 at this point, Jared Bowen? No, he's still only... he's 30. He's 30 in December, so 29. I really think if you sign Jared Bowen for 25 mil, 30 mil, you've had an absolute steal. But obviously he's got a long contract at West Ham, so they probably would expect closer to 50, 60 mil. But I think if you could maybe swing a deal for 35, something like that, it's not a bad deal, that. Brozier, Ugachukwu. Yeah, Ugachukwu is not a bad one. Maybe Chowner as well. Loom Chowner is only a young winger at Burnley. They brought him in from Lazio. He's a tidy young winger, but he's just really, really raw. Reminds me of when Middlesbrough signed Adama Traore a little bit. No worries, Shahid. Areola's a fine backup. If you have people signing Salah's bag of bones, Bowen at 29 is fine. I mean, in many ways, Jared Bowen is a cheaper, hassle-free version of Mo Salah. He won't cost that much in wages. He's got a lot of hunger, a lot of appetite, I think, to go and win things. He'll want to play for a top club, I think. I think West Ham will almost owe him a move a little bit because he's stuck it out with them for a long time, and you know he's too good for the Championship, and I think he'll want to play Champions League football. So it's about time, really, that they let him go. But it's how much they demand, I guess. But yeah, Bowen is not rapid. He is someone who could start for Liverpool and wouldn't be a problem. I think he would be our Trossard. And Trossard's been a fantastic servant for Arsenal since they've brought him in from Brighton. I think Bowen is better than Trossard, and I think he would contribute for Liverpool in a similar way. You could play him off the right. You could play him at centre forward. Ian says if Alisson goes, get Sarr in as backup. Yeah, again, do you know what? Not a bad idea at all. I don't mind Jose Sarr. Yeah, I think there is a keeper in there, isn't there? Adam says, Key, has Lewis Skelly impressed you? Not sufficiently that I would say he's like World Cup, going to the World Cup or anything like that. I think if Arsenal decide to get rid of Zubamendi and start playing Lewis Skelly at centre mid next year, I don't think they win the league. I think they'll find out. They'll fuck around and find out, basically. Gamer Guru, Trossard was who we got after Chelsea saved us from Mudrick. What a clever buy that was. Is it Harvey Barnes to come off here? Willock's coming on. Who's coming off? Tonali off, Chris Willock coming on. Or Joe Willock. Not Chris Willock, Joe Willock. Mr. Al-Shamari says, West Ham haven't left the Premier League since they came back up in 2012. That's 14 consecutive seasons now. I feel for West Ham fans. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It is a shame. They're a very good club. And I don't want to see him go down, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. You always get what you deserve to some extent in the Premier League. Tonali's too injury prone, says Nick. I hope Man United go in for him. That's wonderful play by Bruno Guimaraes. Do you think Mainu should go to the World Cup? I think he probably will go to the World Cup, but I don't think he'll start. Here's Somerville. West Ham need a goal. They need it soon. The game's at risk of petering out if they don't get one in the next sort of 10-15 minutes. Gives them just enough to... Well, maybe not 10-15. Maybe they've got till sort of the 80th minute. I always feel like if West Ham... This is what I was saying earlier. I still think West Ham, even if they got a point here, you would say it's alive. A point might just keep it alive. They'd still need Spurs to lose at Stamford Bridge, which I think is possible, and they would need Everton to get a point against them, and West Ham would have to beat Leeds. That's a very, very viable, possible set of circumstances. West Ham win against Leeds, they draw here, and Spurs lose to Chelsea, draw with Everton. Could happen. Don't think it will, but could happen. Adam, if you had to choose Wharton or Anderson? Oh, Anderson. Every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. Oh, Shelley, you a dwarfer. I think we've talked about this before, haven't we? You like Red Dwarf? Love Red Dwarf. Shahid says, come on, West Ham, at least get a draw to go to the last game. And Ultimate Chakra, I don't think so. Spurs have world-class players. Agreed, I don't think Spurs go down. I absolutely agree. Looks so good, Anderson, against United today. 2 assists. Unbelievable player. And do you know what? And he's exactly the sort of player we need in the middle of the park, isn't it? If we're being really brutally honest, you just already know that he's wrapped up at City. City have got him. And if City get Elliot Anderson, I mean, I'd love us to move mountains for him, but it is that sort of a signing that we need. Not Adam Wharton. Not Adam Wharton. Not even Mateus Fernandes. Again, Mateus Fernandes is not a bad signing. But you need a player like you need Elliot Anderson. You need that sort of a player. Someone who'll blood, sweat and tears. Gav, hi Key. Not digging you out here, bro. Just thinking, wonder if you made the right manager choice. What's your opinion, bro? West Ham strike. Oh, nearly 2-1. Do I think you made the right choice? It's kind of difficult, mate. I'll be honest. I'm not bothered about Xabi Alonso going to Chelsea. I'm really not, because I didn't want him at Liverpool anyway. You know that. I'm called out daily for saying I want Slot to stay. So I've no interest at all in Xabi Alonso, and absolutely fine with him going to Chelsea. But I have to look at him in the context of that Chelsea don't keep managers. So let's be honest. You've had a new manager on average every 18 months for the last 25 years. Given that's the case, I think it's fanciful to say that Xabi Alonso will be here next Christmas. Not this Christmas, next Christmas. I think Xabi Alonso's gone before Christmas 2027. That was a decent strike from Bruno. Keep the work rate up, mate. We see it. Appreciate that, mate. What a legend. Ian says we need someone who's going to hit the ground running. Just nearly tearing up over that comment. Genuinely, mate. That's so lovely to say. Thank you. Appreciate it. I needed that today. I've had a lot of stick today. I needed a comment like that. City of Northville, will you not regret not getting to see how funny it is to watch Spurs in the Championship? There's still time. Sarah, you think it's a PR stunt? Yeah, no, I don't necessarily think it's a PR stunt. I do think he's a good manager, but I don't think he is a manager that's necessarily going to transform Chelsea and will be there for years. Whoa, hey, he's got to get him off for that. I tell you what, there's a possible red check here. I bet Bruno Guimaraes is going to get a red for that. That was very similar. Souček's going to get a booking here, but I tell you what, the reaction from Bruno, my goodness me. Oh, he does. Oh, yeah. Souček does kind of kick him there. And then Bruno. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a scuffle. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a yellow card each. Hey, Gamer Guru going out to bat for Liverpool. Love that. Chelsea have had more Premier League managers than we've had in our 120-year history. It's mad when you say it like that, isn't it? Super Venky says, I want Spurs to stay up just to see what they can produce given the quality players they have. Spurs will stay up, and Spurs, I genuinely believe if they keep De Zerbi and they make a couple of signings, it doesn't have to be a load of really good signings, just keep hold of their core. They've got some really good players. The makings of a good side. Romero will go. There's an argument that he's a bit of a bad egg. They can replace him. But if they go and get a decent centre-back or two, maybe they hang on to Van der Ven, who knows. But, yeah, they've got the bones of a good side, Spurs. Bergvall's a top player. Kulusevski. I quite like Archie Gray. Gallagher's certainly not a bad player. Odeber's very good. I think Matthijs Tel is a very good signing. I think Xavi Simons, I mean, we're not going to see him till next year now, which is really sad. But Xavi Simons is a very good player. AFC Iron says, what's your favourite TV series, Key? Honestly, Red Dwarf's probably up there. But yeah, Red Dwarf, Bottom. Yeah, I like a lot of stuff like that. I like comedy TV series, sitcoms. I don't mind like Friends as well. Friends was good for a while. Gamer Guru, got a lot of respect and time for Liverpool. Loved Klopp as a manager and the club's run well, even if some of their fans are annoying. You will wink. You will wink. North End, I'm doing good, Shell. Suppose it's not all over yet. Hope you get a good result final day. I'm sure, listen. Whoa, Bryn's saying Moyes out. Really? Moyes out. That's how quick it turns. David Moyes out. Oh, they're turning. The Everton fans are turning like I knew they would. Ian, I hope we go in for Archie Gray. I'd have liked Archie Gray at Liverpool, yeah. Do you know what? That smells like a Henderson from Sunderland signing. Can play right back, can play centre back, can play left back, centre mid, put him everywhere. I really like Hinchelwood from Brighton. I love Hinchelwood from Brighton. Red Dwarf is legendary. Arnold Rimmer. Yes. Yeah, I could quote Red Dwarf all day. Simons, not Simons. Xavi Simons. Why not? Simons. All right. I know, but then that's like saying you've got to pronounce Bruno Fernandes as Bruno Fernandes. Listen. I'm English. I'll pronounce him English. If it's Xavi Simons, it's Xavi Simons. I'm not going Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons. Behave yourself. I hate that. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, what a run. Somerville. Claim for handball. Referee. Oh, it's going to be a corner, is it? No, goal kick. You pronounce him how you want. He's not English, though. No, but I am. I am. And I'm not putting an accent on every time it's a player. Oh, Fast Show. Yes, Jelly. Fast Show was wicked as well. Hi, I'm Ed Winchester. Brain says awful and he can take half of that dross with him. Rob, so how do you pronounce Thierry Henry? Oh, you've done me there, haven't you? You've done me there. Thierry Henry. Yeah, Thierry Henry. I guess, all right, fair enough. You found the chink in the chain there. Fair enough. Somerville's stinking the place out. Well, Pablo's on and Kante's on for Souček. And who else has gone off? Was it Wilson? Who else has gone off there? Bryn, how did you feel about the handball at United, mate? Oh, it was a clear handball, wasn't it, Bryn? Let's be honest, it was a clear handball. Nailed on handball. I don't know why we're even discussing it. I'd love him, Adzo, yeah. Would love him. Fernandes sounds like a dodgy school pudding. My favourite is Barcelona. Barcelona. Depends on where in Spain you come from, right? That's not a foul. 30 minutes left here. West Ham starting to look ragged. Wilson's still on. Right, sorry, I apologise. Let's have a look. I didn't see who he came off for. Atalanta getting beat by Bologna. What are you doing? Absolute jokers, Atalanta. Killed me there. Newcastle 2, West Ham 0. Who went off? Kante for Souček, Pablo for Wan-Bissaka. So they've really gone... They've gone all out here, West Ham, haven't they? They've thrown everything at it. Yeah, AFCI, and he clearly handles the ball, and Burmo, it's like it went from football to rugby. Chance, it's 3, it's there! Oh my goodness gracious me, and it's Asula, he's giving it the old John Cena. It's 3-0, it's Newcastle in charge, and I tell you what, West Ham, say hello to Lincoln. Lincoln are going to be at the London Stadium next year. My goodness me. You can just see West Ham have just collapsed there. 66 minutes gone and that's it. That really is it now. Totally and utterly fell apart. Look at that. It all comes. Oh my God. It all comes from a stupid throw-in. And who was it who couldn't control it there? Was it Pablo? Oh, it's so bad. Just the architects of their own demise there. Pablo. Oh. Wow. Shah says, where was your match reactions for Friday? They'll be on the internet somewhere, mate. I don't know. I don't make them, so they'll be on there somewhere. Just type them in. I'm sure you'll find them. Millwall v West Ham. Yeah, it'll definitely happen next season, won't it? All over for West Ham. 3-0. North End views dare you to say Matoma in a Japanese accent. Father Ted. There's another fantastic TV show we were talking about. ZZZ says it was never a handball. It hit his hip first. Pure accident. Accident or not, it hits his hand. He gains a benefit from having hit his hand. And, yeah. There's absolutely no world in which that should count. Very sad. Winterville looking depressed. Thoroughly depressed. Gamer Guru says, Chelsea, I never thought I'd say this, but it's all up to you to keep our dreams of Tottenham away at Lincoln alive. Wake the F up and do them. But even if Chelsea win, mate, look at that. Even if Chelsea win, you're still needing Everton to win on the final day. I actually can see Chelsea beating Spurs. I really can. I think they will. Chelsea will beat Spurs and it'll go down to the final day with Leeds. West Ham need to beat Leeds. Spurs need to lose to Everton. That's the only world in which they go down. And it's not happening. Absolutely not happening. Yeah. Can't see Spurs losing both. If he doesn't handle the ball, they don't score. Simple as that. Absolutely. Stacey, what games are you doing this week, Key? Games this week. So we've got tomorrow, we're doing Arsenal against Burnley. Yeah, tomorrow's Arsenal-Burnley. The day after is Bournemouth against City. Wednesday is the Europa League final, Aston Villa against Freiburg. And then Thursday, I think I'm having a day off. I think we've got no games on Thursday. The Bundesliga playoffs, I think, might be on Thursday. That's maybe at a push one of the games we could do. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Thursday, I might not be live. Friday, again, I don't really know what's on Friday. But yeah, the next few days are pretty good. We've got some good football on. We've got Arsenal-Burnley tomorrow, which is obviously a really big game in the title race. So will be Bournemouth and City. Oh my God, what a goal! And it's the lad I've said all season is West Ham's shining light. Tati Castellanos with an absolute worldie out of nowhere. Oh my God, what a goal! Goal of the month is boxed off. Goal of the month is absolutely boxed off, no doubt about that. Unbelievable finish this, out of nowhere. Oh, the absolute cheek of it. Talk about a player who we need to sign. Players who, you know, clubs will look at coming from the relegated clubs. Well, I'll tell you something. Castellanos I have been mega impressed by at West Ham since he come in January, and I'll add him to the list. I'd have that fella at Liverpool. I'm calling it now. Tati Castellanos at Liverpool, I'm telling you. I am absolutely telling you. Give us Castellanos. I'll take him. My goodness me. Absolutely splendid goal. Wonder goal. Gav says, what? You're not doing us on Tuesday, Key? I'm not, mate. No Chelsea v Spurs on Tuesday. Sadly not. West Ham have got a lifeline. I said they needed, at 2-0, I said they needed a goal before the 80th minute. They've now got maybe another 10 minutes to get one back. If they can make it 3-2, they've got a chance. They've got a lifeline. And it then means if they draw here, this is what I was saying at the start of the game, a draw here might be enough. There is a world where a draw here might be enough. I can see Spurs getting beat by Chelsea. I can see that. I can't see them losing to Everton on the final day, but I can see Everton getting a point. And if Everton get a point and West Ham beat Leeds, then it's there, innit? They're up. They're safe. It's a hell of a goal, that. Deuce Chelsea Spurs, it'll be great. Listen, City Bournemouth's going to be better. I promise you, Bournemouth are a hell of a team. City need to go there and win. No excuses. Play like a champion. Game of Guru, if West Ham win 4-3, surely Howe is out the door. If West Ham draw, mate, Howe's out the door if it's 3-3. These Newcastle fans will boo these off the park if it's 3-3. They'll absolutely boo the life out of him. See, Wheatley, all right, Key, we need a massive favour from yous against Brighton as long as we beat Chelsea last game. We're not playing Brighton, mate. We're playing Brentford. Brighton are playing Man United. You've confused me with a United fan. I won't take the insult personally. This referee's giving nothing for West Ham. Here's Voltemade. Great run. Great pass. Unbelievable from Voltemade. Unlucky. DC, did you hear Anfield Agenda saying he's heard from his source they're sacking Slot? I'll level with you, mate. I don't watch the guy. And that's not a dig. I'm sure he doesn't watch me. So I don't watch the guy. I have no idea what he has said, what he hasn't said. So yeah, I don't watch him, so I don't know. Shahid, if West Ham win 4-3, Keel breakdance in the studio. West Ham counter now. Here's Castellanos again. This guy could be a hero in the same way that Carlos Tevez was in keeping West Ham up on the final day when Carlos Tevez scored at United. Do you remember that? An Argentinian. Could that be the parallel? An Argentinian arriving at West Ham and keeping them up on the final day. We saw Tevez do it. Castellanos could be the same. Pete, why do they have the Europa final before the conference final? It should be the other way around. I agree. I absolutely agree. Sarah Craig is an idiot. Don't listen to that tosspot. Claim for a penalty. Oh, West Ham still going for it. That's a penalty, ref. Oh, he's gone down again. There's another check going on. It's a bit of a half-hearted appeal in the end. Come on, hit it, Fernandez. Oh, gotta do better. There's going to be a check. There is going to be a check. Bowen's asking for it. 2 times he's saying. Bowen's gone to the ref. Let's have a little look. Here we go. Castellanos with the first. Oh, hey. I think it could be, you know. I think it could be. Lewis Hall gets none of the ball. He gets none of the ball and all of the man. That is a penalty. However you want to dress it up, that's a pen. I tell you what, there might be a check on this, you know. No. Wow. Wow. That's a lucky escape, that one. Very lucky escape. Penalty check cleared. I thought that might have been a pen, you know. Gav says, Key, I watched the Liverpool fans video saying that Slot is gone because the board has changed his mind. According to his sources, that's the same guy I watched. Yeah, hey, listen, I don't know anything about that fella, mate. I don't watch him. Again, that's not a dig. Like I said, I'm sure he doesn't watch me. Here's Jarrod Bowen. Newcastle, 4-on-2 for West Ham. Got to finish it. Oh, you joker. Jarrod Bowen, massive chance. Oh, so close. So close. What is going on with VAR this weekend, says Gamer Guru. Mate, I don't know why they're not giving that. I'm astonished. Absolutely astonished. Wilson fouls Hall there, I feel. I don't know. Burns coming on and Murphy coming on. Brain Anfield agenda's totally lost it. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to be a little bit less calm and cool. I don't know if I'd describe myself as cool. Calm. Let's say calm. Maybe I need to be a bit more aggravated and a bit more animated. I don't know. Logan says Newcastle should have had a pen as well. All I asked for is consistency. Why? Where did Newcastle deserve a pen? When you're in the relegation positions, you get no decisions for you. Logan, handball, so check. No, you're not getting that, mate. You can't get handball for that. Can't get handball for that. He's not made himself deliberately bigger. It's not a deliberate movement of the hand to the ball. No, you're not getting a handball for that. And he's getting wrestled by another player as well. You can't have handball for that. You know, that's not like a nailed-on one. Whereas I think that one was a lot closer. He's got none of the ball, Lewis Hall. He's got absolutely none of the ball. This charming Dan says that was 100% a pen. Hall doesn't get any of the ball. West Ham have been robbed there. I agree. Oh, again, big chance. Callum Wilson. Logan says fair enough then if that's Arsenal they give it. Good attempt there from Callum Wilson. Still 2 to go. Boroborn says, so if Spurs lose, does it go to the last game? It does, yes. It does. Bryn says you should see his video, Key, really funny. I don't know if he believes that. I don't know if he really truly believes it. And even if he does, I think he makes it an awfully lot more animated. Not just him, but everyone. That's kind of the industry, isn't it? Rewards, animation. So, Key, am I correct in thinking that if West Ham lose this and Tottenham win their next game, it's over? Yep. Tottenham win at Stamford Bridge, they are safe. Truth be told, if Tottenham draw at Stamford Bridge, they're safe. This basically means that Tottenham need a draw. A draw basically wins it. Chance must be off the bar for West Ham. Oh, Castellanos. Oh, no. Huge moment in the game. Oh, should be there. Should be. Massive, massive moment. Key, did you watch football back in 98? Yes, absolutely I do. Yeah, I was watching 98. JJ says, come on, West Ham, what are you doing? VAR's player of the month. Bowen was selfish there, says Gamer Guru. Yeah, I was going to say, I think, given the significant goal difference, West Ham are now minus 24, I think, something like that, minus 24. Spurs are about minus 12, I think. It basically means that Everton would have to, if Spurs draw at Stamford Bridge, they're basically safe. The only way that they would go down with a draw would be if they were to lose against Everton 6-0 and West Ham were to beat Leeds 7-0. That's kind of the gulf that it would be. Something like that. It would be like 5-0 defeats for Leeds and Spurs. That would be the only way that they would end up going down. Remember the Division 1 final? Charlton 4, Sunderland 4. Yes! Clive Mendonca and Martin Pringle up front for Charlton, wasn't it? Buzzy Muntu, how's it going? During the Liverpool FC game on Friday while streaming, I observed that your stream reflected positive energy, whereas Anfield Agenda seemed to convey negative energy. Well, I mean, listen, I can't. I'm not going to debate other people's stuff. That's how he does his thing is up to him, and he's very, very successful with it. So congratulations to him. That's his way of doing things, and good luck to him. Nothing to do with me. Other people's success doesn't affect yours in any way, shape or form. So good luck to him. I have no problem with him. I don't watch his stuff, but that's usually because when I'm live, he's live, right? So I have no problem with it. I just don't watch it. But some people do, and those people, if you enjoy it, then great. Good luck to you. Clark, he says, Key, good win for United. I was at the game. It certainly was, yeah. Very fortunate win, but it was a good win. Gav says, when are you going to make the switch, Key, to your World Cup sleeping pattern? June the 1st is the plan. This charming Dan says, with the amount of dodgy decisions lately, both the refs and VAR seem to be shit scared of giving anything. Oh, yeah, Mendonca hat-trick too. Clive Mendonca, what a player he was. Northern Views saying Key was giving off positive energy, seeing a 4-2 thrashing is an interesting take. It certainly suggests strongly that I mean, there's the arguments that I'm not actually a Liverpool fan. There's a lot of arguments that Key's a City fan, Key's an Arsenal fan, Key's a closet United fan. It's all nonsense, of course. Football and stuff, I feel destroyed. It's a bad day. Bad day to be a West Ham fan. He's obviously a toffee. I'm not that bitter. I'm not that bitter. Pete, has Everton beat anyone 6-0 ever? Well, they beat Brighton about 5-1 not that long ago, did they? Jay Busy, who does this guy even support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Big Liverpool fan. See, here, look. I've got liver birds on my arm here. Gamer Guru, there's no argument you're an Arsenal fan, Key. Rest safe on that one. City fan, maybe. Okay. I'm just saying what some of the chat say. Mr. Al-Shamari, Key, did you know Arsenal have benefited more from VAR than 17 other Premier League clubs this season? I might have guessed. Yeah, I reckon I could have guessed that one. Stacey, I'm going now. See you all tomorrow. Good night. Take it easy, Stace. Well done for today as well. Jimmy, what's your favourite shirt behind you? Probably the Fiorentina one or the Liverpool one, which is just up there. West Ham now counter-attack with Somerville. This is the chance. Oh, that's a yellow card all day for bloody Lewis Hall. Gav says, I was just wondering, Key, how come St Helens don't have a football team? I know they have a great rugby team. No, we do have a football team. Yeah, we do have a football team. St Helens Town in the Northwest Counties League, Division 2, I think, something like that. We're well down. We're well down the leagues. We are very much semi-professional. I know a lot of lads who play for St Helens Town, actually. And I did when I was a nipper, briefly. Good ball in. Oh, unlucky. Chance. Oh, Castellanos again. Nick Pope's made some saves in this one, you know. Might have to get the goalkeeper shirt from the new kit. Looks really nice. Everton scored 6 in 2017 against Bournemouth. Jay Busy says United fan, not an American. Cheers. You might, I don't know, you might well have been an American, I don't know. And United, there's plenty of American United fans. You're owned by Americans. Just like Liverpool. Jimmy, where'd you play, Key? Left back and centre mid. Bit of a James Milner. Hardest working player on the pitch. Not massively quick. But, you know, could pass, could tackle. I was a much better finisher. I always modelled my game on Robbie Fowler, but I was too small, really. Too small to be a striker. You needed to be a decent size to be a striker. And I'm not that much. I'm not even a short ass. I'm 5'9". I'm not, like, tiny. But, you know, small enough. You needed to be a big lad, really, to play at centre forward. It was usually the tallest lad played centre forward, wasn't it, growing up? Michael Owen, yeah, but Michael Owen was small, but he had devastating pace. That was the difference. I think you need devastating pace. Richard Kennedy, we beat Sunderland 7-1. Yes, I remember that at Goodison, yeah. Gamer Guru, being a fan of the show, bottom key, how good was Rick Mayall in Blackadder? Woof! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, do you know what? I'll tell a lie, mate. I've never actually seen Blackadder. I know who Lord Flashheart is, but I've never seen it. I've seen clips of Blackadder, no more. I'm not really a massive fan. Blackadder's hilarious. See, I love Bottom and I love the stage shows. Can quote the stage shows back to you. 5 minutes left to go. West Ham running out of time. Trippier's got tears in his eyes. Final appearance at Newcastle. Is that a retirement? Is that him done now, do you think, for footy, Kieran Trippier? Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Bryn, always remember Owen at Newcastle and had a helicopter every morning. I thought you was going to say about... I remember Newcastle, the goal he scored at Newcastle. Absolutely wonderful finish. One of the best goals I've ever seen, that. Key based his football on Troy Deeney. Madhouse, Blackadder 1 and 2. The rest was shite. Ah, fair enough. It's relegation day for West Ham. It is indeed. I think we've got 4 minutes plus added time left. West Ham are still fighting. Somerville's not giving it up. He's in the area. Claim for a penalty. Oh, I tell you what. He gets wrong side there. I don't know why he doesn't go down. Here's Elanga. Why are we doing interviews with players mid-game? Come on. I hate this. I hate it. I'll never get on board with that stuff. Now Newcastle flying forward. There's a chance maybe to make it 4 and really put this one to bed. Lewis Hall. Oh, good block for West Ham. An important block as well. If they've got any hope here, they're going to have to do something very, very quickly. Lewis Hall in the box. Corner Newcastle. Don't you ever yearn for change? No, nothing. Increase the voltage. Right, anyway. We can talk Bottom all day. Quite literally. Red Rebellion. Oh, sorry, Gav. Key. Darwin Núñez is on our shortlist for our striker choice. Get him. Get him. I want to see Darwin Núñez back in the Prem. I'm telling you, he's so underutilised, that fella. See you, Key. Take it easy, Bryn. Have a good one. Buzzy Muntu, I'm from South Africa, not familiar with stadiums in England. Is there a possibility for West Ham to downsize their stadium? I can't see them playing in a lower league in such a big stadium. No, I think they're still paying... Don't they get a load of money? Don't they get a load of money, West Ham, for playing at the London Stadium? I'm sure they get paid. Because I think there's a lot of West Ham fans who would take right now. If you said to them, we're gonna sell the London Stadium, we're gonna rebuild Upton Park, they'd take it. We'll give you Upton Park back. I think there's West Ham fans who'd be delighted with that. They don't love the new stadium. South Shepherd, the young ones. The young ones were you a fan of, Key? Yes, I did like the young ones as well. Anything with Rick Mayall. Rick Mayall's an absolute hero. This charming Dan, this interview thing during the match has got to stop. It's completely pointless. Do they not realise there's a game still going on that people are trying to watch? I just don't understand it. What's the interest? What sort of banal vox pops are you going to get from these players? You're going to get nothing insightful. Not really. Here's Somerville. It's got to come now for West Ham. Matias Fernandez. Juve. Good ball. Pope. Excellent claim from Pope. Swifty, Upton Park was intimidating and full of lads. They lost that. Yeah, it's a shame, innit? It is a shame. Richard Kennedy, I saw the fourth live one, an arse oddity at Newcastle. It was class. An arse oddity. I like that one. I think that one was... That was the one with Thunderwing Doomslayer, wasn't it? I think. Thunderwing Doomslayer, the bird. 7 added minutes, folks. 7 added minutes at the end of this one. Gav says, I don't know if Alonso will want him now, though, as he demanded a say in transfers before he took the job. I did see that he'd been given the job as manager and not coach, which was quite insightful because there was a lot of rumours that Chelsea wanted a coach, not a manager. Super Venky says, what mid-game interview are you guys talking about? I'm getting continuous coverage. It's Kieran Trippier was being interviewed on Sky mid-game, and they were playing the audio over the top. Briefly showed him being interviewed, but they were playing the audio over the top. Shell, is this your last game today, Key? It is, yes, lovely. Yeah. I'm struggling with a 2-game-a-day schedule at the minute, so I'm trying to build up to the World Cup, and yeah, I might be taking a couple of days off in the build up to the World Cup, just to try and get prepared for everything, because it's such a big tournament, such a one-off. I'm gonna keep doing all the major games, all the games that I think warrant doing, but I think there's gonna be a few days that I don't do any streams, and I'll be doing the World Cup. Obviously, such a massive, massive period of covering that, so I need to try and prep for that. Players aren't brightest at the best of times, never mind when they're still watching their team play. Liam, I hope Spurs stay up. As an Arsenal fan, I'll miss the North London derby. Yeah, I think that, again, I never wanted Everton to go down. I didn't want United to go down last season when there was rumours of them. Well, not rumours, chances of them going down, I guess. I never ever wanted that. I didn't think either was going to happen, but Everton have flirted with it a few times, and I always wanted them to stay up. Days off, I know, it's sickening, innit, Shell? Absolutely shocking. Take it like Drop Dead Fred, then. I do, yes. Love Drop Dead Fred. Dog poo, smelly, smelly dog poo. Shahid, we're with you, Key, whatever you decide for the World Cup. Cheers, man, thank you. I really do appreciate that. The channel's in a bit of a sticky spot at the moment because YouTube has basically taken its oxygen away. It is the nicest possible way. It's taken its oxygen away. So views have gone about 90% drop. We've had about a 90% drop in views since April the 10th. And the reason for that is because we did 5 streams in a 9-day period that crashed. And that was because my laptop was playing up and 5 streams crashed. You might remember him. If you're a regular on the channel, you might remember him at the back end of the international break in March. 5 streams crashed. And subsequently, you don't get told this, by the way, but YouTube basically bruised the channel. And it looks like, yeah, the oxygen of the channel has been turned off a little bit. Key needs to sweeten the wife up for his World Cup pattern. Hey, I'm sure it'll be all good. Jellyfish says it's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. Hey, there you go. Love that. The old Red Dwarf theme tune. Sam Wood, Wrexham away. Wrexham away for West Ham. That'll be a good game, that. There you go. Diego Simeone has confirmed he will stay at Atletico Madrid. Al Shamari, do you think West Ham will stick with Nuno? No. No, invariably when teams go down, the manager leaves. Tati Castellanos with a free kick. Straight into Nick Pope. D says Spurs are staying up. I think it's looking that way. Certainly looking that way. Hiller says, I truly dread the World Cup. Too many countries and a halftime show at the final. Here's Bowen. Ball in. Over Callum Wilson. Well, West Ham, you've got to do this. Is it? This is last chance saloon now. They've got the ball. There's 2 minutes left. It's going to have to be 2 rapid-fire goals. We've seen it before, but not with passes like that. And they've given the ball away. Oh, and this is where Newcastle can hurt him. There's 5 on 3 if they get the ball right. Oh, terrible. Over the bar. Over the bar. This charming Dan, hey Key, how long do you think it's going to take to get the channel back to normal? Hope it happens for you soon, mate. Honestly, mate, I don't know. I think I've asked people. I've asked ChatGPT, Claude. I've asked everything, and basically, all of the underlying numbers are fantastic. Like really, really good. Basically, it shows that when people come here, they see what a wonderful bunch of people we have, and they tend to stick around. Broadly speaking, they tend to stick around. And those numbers are really good. But YouTube has gone from showing the channel to about 200 and maybe 250,000 people every single stream. Every single stream it was being showed to about 250,000 people. It's now being showed to about 15,000. So we're getting a very, very small, much, much small number of people coming in now. Probably due to the African Cup of Nations, mate. No, to be honest, the AFCON did help massively, but things carried on for like another 4 months after that, mate. The AFCON was December to like mid-January. It was fine for basically all of January, February, March, and a bit of April as well. It was great. Yeah, no banned streams, Gav. No banned streams, no copyrights, no nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. Everything's fine. The channel's totally healthy. Never had any strikes or anything. It's literally just YouTube sees stream completion as a reliability factor. That's what it boils down to. But there you go. Newcastle 3, West Ham 1. Newcastle, I've probably confirmed West Ham as relegated. I think that's it down, you know. I think that's it done. Red Rebellion, it must feel really shit to know you're getting relegated. It's not great. And listen, they'll still live to fight another day. There's still another game. They've got to hope for Spurs to get beat. And maybe, who knows. Thanks very much, Dan. I appreciate that, mate. I really do. It's very kind of you. I'll keep ploughing on. It's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'll keep ploughing on. I'm certainly going to be doing the World Cup. And, yeah, we'll see. Maybe things will change. You guys will see it at the same time I do anyway. Because at some point, the plug, there's a plug right in the bottom of the bath at the moment. And they're not showing it to people. And it might, yeah, at some point, that's what happens, basically. At some point, they'll take the cap out and people will flood back in. So, yeah, we've gone from some streams being 1 million. We've had 1 million people shown some streams. And now it's literally capped to 10 to 15,000 Every single game, no change. Doesn't matter what the game is. Doesn't matter the size of the game. Doesn't matter any of the metrics. It's just capped right now, and it's because of the fact that five crashes happened in 9 days. So I think all we've got to do is just keep steady, just keep going, keep producing streams that complete and don't crash. I've bought a completely new technical setup. I've invested everything back in the channel. Should be fine. Should be fine. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If it doesn't, hey, then life happens, and we gave it a bloody good go. Savage says off to the Championship now. Can't wait for next season. Yeah, Gav, they are. That is basically it's not a shadow ban. It's basically just a. We need you to prove that the channel's reliable again. That's all it is. It's looking at it and going. Ultimately, we were happy to give you a load of impressions, but if you're gonna end your streams early, or if your streams are gonna crash, we're not gonna send you a load of people, which is fair, isn't it? That's kind of reasonable, I guess. That's if you were building an algorithm, that's what you'd do. So I understand it. I get it. Right. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you showing up and sticking around and chatting and watching the game with me. I really appreciate it. It's not as busy today as perhaps it is normally. But thank you, everyone. Really appreciate you. Don't know how much I appreciate you all. And I will see you all tomorrow for Arsenal against Burnley. A massive game in the title race. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy. Have a nice night. Ta-da.